Today on Midships, Royal Caribbean rolls a giant ball down the street. We talk about the biggest ship that will ever sail, and it's not Wonder of the Seas. Plus, Carnival selling ships? And at the very end, you might want to stay tuned because I've got something special. Let's roll the intro. Welcome to the Midships channel. I'm your Captain Corey. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel again today. It's so good to have you here. Now, we're gonna kick things off with a question of the day. And today's question, what's the longest cruise you've ever taken? How many nights? Was it 4, 7, 10, 14? Let me know your answer down in the comments below this video. And while you're down there, that little thumbs up button and that share button, they're looking pretty lonely, and they'd love it if you pressed on one or even both of them. For some reason, YouTube is really rewarding creators like me when you use the share button, by the way. So maybe if you're like in the travel industry and you think my information would be useful for your colleagues, maybe you could share this video. I'd really appreciate it. Now let's get into today's cruise news, and we have another operator who's hitting the 2 million club guest milestone. And oddly enough, to celebrate it, they rolled a giant white ball down the street. Yeah, we're talking about that. Lagging just a few days behind Carnival's 2 millionth guest, Royal Caribbean has entered the chat, having officially carried their 2 millionth guest as well, since cruises resumed for the company in December of 2020 out of Singapore. You might remember that Royal Caribbean was a little slower than Carnival to ramp up their guest capacity on board their ships, which is probably the contributing factor for them lagging behind a few days to hit their 2 millionth guest milestone. But that's not the only good news for Royal Caribbean today, because remember, they have 2 brand new ships in the works right now. Their 6th and final Oasis class, named the Utopia of the Seas, is currently under construction, set to be delivered about a year and a half from now, as well as a brand new class of ship altogether, the Icon class, with Icon of the Seas expected to be delivered next year. Oh, and remember how I told you Royal Caribbean rolled a big ball down the street? Well, it's supposedly for the Icon of the Seas, and no one quite knows what it is yet, but you're seeing it now on the screen. It's some type of sphere, and according to Royal Caribbean, they say it measures 46 feet tall and 50 feet in diameter and weighs in at 175 metric tons. That's a big chungus. Supposedly it's created out of 578 aluminum panels, and the interior is lined with 9 miles of power and lighting cables, as well as air conditioning. And as of this recording, the sphere has now been mounted inside of the superstructure for Icon of the Seas, positioned curiously midships, which, if you didn't know, is the best place to be on a cruise ship. And Royal Caribbean has unexpectedly confirmed rumors that this Icon class is actually going to be larger than their Oasis class ships, which is the first time I've ever heard a confirmation that they were going to be bigger ships. I really thought the ship was going to be smaller than Oasis, somewhere between Quantum and Oasis class in size, but no, this will be the biggest ship in the world when it sets sail, according to Senior Vice President for Royal Caribbean of Hotel Operations, Sean Tracy. And only time will tell what Royal Caribbean's big ball is inside of Icon of the Seas. Leave your guesses in the comments below. So congratulations to Royal on finishing your Royal comeback. It's had its ups and downs for sure, so to have you come this far and reach all these major accomplishments, bringing all your ships back, I think we should celebrate, maybe on board a ship. Maybe the Carnival Sunshine. Remember, I'm hosting a group cruise October 24th this year aboard that ship, the Sunshine. If you'd like more information about how you can join me for 5 fantastic nights down to Carnival's private island, Half Moon Cay, you should join up in my Facebook group that I made for it. There's a link in the description below. Now, let's talk about another new ship that's being claimed to be the future of cruising. And this, of course, is MSC's new World Europa. And the world is now counting down until this ultra-modern urban metropolis at sea finally carries her very first passengers. That's MSC's language, not mine necessarily. And we don't have all that long to wait because the World Europa will make her debut on December 20th. And we've taken a look inside of the ship a little bit recently, but earlier today, MSC has revealed a few additional details about this ship, like the fact that it's expected to have the largest and most luxurious yacht club of any ship in their fleet. And if you don't know what the yacht club is, MSC calls it their ship within a ship concept. It offers the benefits of extra privacy and exclusivity in your own separate areas of the ship. And exclusivity is certainly on the menu there. Let's just say your room will come with your own butler service, unlimited drinks, alcohol included, free Wi-Fi, priority everything, and your own exclusive restaurant, as well as private outdoor spaces to enjoy relaxing on the ship, like your own pool. And the yacht club on board World Europa is said to spread out over 2 decks. But one thing that everyone sailing on board the World Europa can appreciate is that the ship will also set new environmental standards, as she's set to become the greenest and most efficient vessel in MSC's fleet. Meaning, if you're conscious of your carbon footprint, you might not have to be so much on board Europa, as the ship will use a dozen or more specialized technologies working in harmony to make the ship more efficient, less polluting, and more slippery in the water. And I've started to notice that across the industry, most new cruise ships are sort of greening. As I've sailed on several vessels that have been released within the last 2 or 3 years, for instance, onboard Odyssey of the Seas, in all the passenger hallways, if no one's walked down them for a few minutes, the lights dim. And as soon as someone steps out their door into the hallway, the brightness comes back up so they can see. And that's just one way cruise lines can help conserve energy on board their ships. Whoa! Hold up! Did you happen to notice this? I got it off my Amazon affiliate store, and you can order this or one of almost a dozen other designs that I've made personally. Everything ships to you from Amazon Prime in literally a couple days. And it's a great way to support this channel and my work while you gear up for your next cruise. There's designs for every member of the family, and I would really appreciate your love and support and at least checking out some of the items in there. My affiliate store can be found linked in the description below this video, and when you get there, just tap on that Professional Cruisers tab. You can see all of the shirts I've made, plus everything else I take with me every time I cruise. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the Carnival Corporation. They own several different cruise brands. Of course, we have Carnival, Princess, Holland America, Cunard, AIDA, Costa, P&O, but they also own a small luxury brand called Seabourne, although they might not own it for long. According to news that broke yesterday, the Carnival Corporation is looking to sell this ultra-luxury cruise brand, and they might already have a buyer lined up out of Saudi Arabia. And all this is because Carnival Corporation has lost nearly 40% of its stock value in the past 3 months, and frankly, they need some cash. They just need to stay liquid. So a sale of a brand like Seabourne would do just that to keep the line afloat. Whatever happens to Seabourne, we hope to see their ships on the ocean for years to come. So if you made it this far into today's episode, you saw more of me than I saw of the SpaceX launch I went outside to watch like an hour ago. Thank you, Florida, for your cloudy, overcast weather that always happens right when they launch something cool, which if you've never seen and heard, is totally amazing. I got to watch it from onboard the Carnival Liberty a few months back, and yeah, why don't we go ahead and just roll that with the outro, huh? Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today, and until next time, we'll see ya on the Midships. Here's that launch.
la 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 la